They got the whole playing field now. They're gonna take off. Watch. I just let it go. Oh, I thought they'd take off. Hey, I'm here at my mom's house. She's letting me trim her walnut tree. Get some practice in. I never trim a walnut tree. There's a lot of defects that I see. That you can tell right there. There's several limbs growing out from one place. I plan on picking this up, shaving some off to lift the bottom up. See right here, that limb over there. I plan on removing that. Over here, it's real crowded. On this side right here, you can tell it's crowded. I'm gonna go ahead and shave some of that off, and then I'm gonna go ahead and cut some limbs off to make the tree grow more upwards and to the neighbor's yard. And then I'm gonna get in there and look for some defects. See right here, that's a dead limb right there. I'm gonna shave that off, and that's really what I'm gonna look for. I'm waiting on someone to message back, hopefully. But they have a lot of little these twigs all throughout the tree. Something about shave them all off. I'm just trying to make sure that I can shave all of them off before I do it. But I'm gonna work on structure. See that there's a dead limb. Where is it at? I think that's a dead limb right there. There's a dead limb right there. So, and then once I get the bottom, I'm gonna go ahead and get up in the tree, and then go up top and see if I could fix inside. Forgot to say, today I woke up. I had no urge, no desire to get out, do anything. But I knew if I didn't go out and look for work, I would regret it. So right now I'm kind of happy that I got up, because I was not in a good mood. And it was nobody's fault, it's just me. Sometimes you just have those days where you just don't want to do anything. Well, anyways, when I got here to this walnut tree, let me turn it around. I was kind of intimidated because there's just so much on this tree, and I've been asking on the Facebook groups for some help and stuff. And I talked to one guy, and he told me that I need to shave it. Yeah, said I need to shave it, but right now another guy said work from the bottom up, so I'm working from the bottom. I've been cutting off limbs, but here's kind of, you see how on this side I've lifted it up, so I'm working on this side. I can't really see. I'm gonna lift it up on this side. So I've got this half of the tree, this half. Now I need that half back there, from the left to the right. But yeah, I was kind of nervous. But I'm getting it through. Once I get the bottom, once I clear out the bottom and lift it up, then I'm gonna go inside, and I'm gonna work at removing anything that needs to be removed. It's dripping. This walnut tree has a lot of water. Let me close it. I don't know if you could tell, but it's been dripping right there. Hey, Gunner, come on. Pruning it. Yeah. Thank you. Is that your job, or do you live here? Both. Okay. Yeah. There you go. I'm just getting some practice in. There you go. Yes, ma'am. It's a walnut tree. Oh, really? Yes, ma'am. Do they have a lot of those around here? I've seen some on the other side of town. Well, I think this one was planted on purpose. Yeah. How long have you lived here? This is my mom's house. Yeah, I'm pruning a tree, so kind of like works both ways. But I prune trees though. That's what I do. I'm about to go up there probably tomorrow. Get the inside. I'm just getting the bottom. Lifting it up. My progress, yeah. Yeah. Kind of cool. I enjoy it.
We're missionaries for our church. We share messages about Jesus Christ. Are you religious at all?
I got everything from the ground that I could with the pole saw. I took off the bottom. I lifted up the crown, and then now I'm gonna get inside here and kind of shave it down some more, and then I'm gonna try to shape it. Establish a leader, and then shave it down, and then see how it's gonna look like. What's up, everybody? I just want to show you the view. That's the tip. And I don't know if you can see out. See that? There's the baseball park over there. I just shot a whole another video with the camera facing the other way, so I have to do this all over again. But that's all right. My name's Jesus. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos with people doing some cool stuff in trees, and that kind of motivated me to, do my own. I felt this video I should just share some of my experience to whoever hears this randomly. When you buy a chainsaw, don't freak out if it dulls right away. It's not the end of the world. I remember when I first started getting into tree care, I remember I used that chainsaw and I got some cuts out of it, and then when it started not cutting anymore, I was like, what's going on? And it was dull, and I was like, what? I was like, that's it. So in the back of my mind, I was like, I have to go buy another chainsaw. And back then, I don't know if they're like $20, $22, $23. I was like, I gotta go spend another just for a little bit. But turns out, as I started inquiring about the situation, I found out that you could sharpen your chain. So the next step was, okay, who's gonna sharpen my chain? Because in the back of my mind again, I thought it had to be professionally done. So I ended up finding this man. He was close to retiring. He was close to retiring, and he was able to do it for me, and he gave me some pretty cool tips. One of the things that I'll never forget what he told me is, don't run your chainsaw in the dirt. Don't run it because it'll dull out quick. And so that's always stayed with me. And I had him sharpen my chainsaws a few times until it clicked that I could sharpen it on my own. And that was game over then. Since then, I've been sharpening my own chainsaws. So yeah, I just want to share a little bit of my experience that if you're dealing with any type of chainsaw for whatever type of equipment, you could sharpen your own equipment. Same thing with pruners. Same thing with clippers. You could sharpen it. You don't have to go buy a new pair just because it dulls out. Nah. Learn how to sharpen it. YouTube, man, there's so much information out there now. It's crazy not to know these things. But that's what I wanted to share with you. Any type of chainsaw that you have, there's a way that you can sharpen it yourself. So this is me, Jesus from Tree Life Arbor Care. I just want to see you later, and God bless. I'm doing corrective pruning, structural pruning to make this tree strong. I don't think this tree has ever been pruned before. There's a lot of shoots growing everywhere. What I'm looking for is before these died, dead, decayed, and diseased limbs, and I'm taking them off. That's probably my favorite type of pruning, because there's so many types of pruning that you can do to a tree, and this one's my favorite because you bring out the tree. Kind of like when you're focusing on a camera, you know how it blurs in and out? Well, when you do structural pruning, when you do corrective pruning, you bring out the true form of the tree, and you make it strong against many factors, storms. Also you can protect it from itself, because one of the ways a limb dies is that they start growing up against each other, intersecting limbs. They choke each other out when they grow up against each other. And so I'm standing in the center of this walnut tree, and what I'm looking for is just limbs that are going to be a danger to itself, and also I'm gonna take off the dead limbs. That way the tree can focus more on the healthy limbs rather than the dead limbs. So another thing is, we can by shaving off dead limbs, we can take off weight to the tree too. So I've decided I'm gonna bring you along. There's one dead limb I'm gonna bring you along to cut, but I wanted to show you as well what I'm talking about when the limbs grow up against each other. Right here, can you see that? These limbs are right here, they're intersecting each other, and it caused this limb to die out, and it gave a pretty good injury to this limb. So this limb I'm gonna go ahead and prune it off. See how it's dead? It's just causing problems to the tree. And then this is the limb I'm gonna take you along. It's that dead one right there. See that? I'm gonna go ahead and take that one off too. This is the limb right here that I'm gonna cut off. One of the questions is asked a lot is, when is the best time to prune? Well, majority of the answers have to go in winter time, because in winter time everything's dormant, meaning everything is inactive, kind of like hibernation. And whenever you prune a tree, you're actually wounding it, and you're opening it up to pathogens and to bugs and pests that can kill the tree. Tied in right here. Whenever you prune a tree, you open it to whatever's out there, pathogens, pests, whatever that can be harmful for the tree, because on the outside layer of the tree is where all the nutrients are. That's where all the movement's happening, and whenever you cut it, you're leaving all those nutrients, calcium, potassium, nitrogen, carbohydrates. You're leaving it all out in the open. But during the wintertime, there's nothing to go after it because everything's dormant. So that's one of the biggest reasons why they say it's a good time to prune during the winter. But honestly, it depends on the species of tree too. Like a flowering tree, you want to wait till after it blooms to prune it. Oak and elm, you want to be careful to prune it during the, I forgot which months they were, but it's pretty much during the summer, because you can open it up to oak wilt. All in all, though, trees are fighters. They're really good at adapting to stress and to anything that can cause it danger. Ultimately, just know your tree, get to know what you have, do a little bit of research, and you can find the best answer. I believe you'll do all right when you come into pruning your tree at whatever time, because like I said, trees are really good at reacting to stress. Trees are fighters. If you look at the quality and its attributes it has, you'll see that trees are fighters. They just don't give up easily. However, though, you can prune a tree enough to cause it to go into shock, and if it goes into shock, it could end up dying out. But majority of the time, you're not going to mess up your tree as long as you figure out the species of your tree, do a little bit of research, and stick to corrective pruning, which is finding limbs that are dead and dying, diseased, decayed, finding limbs that are rubbing up against each other, finding limbs that are growing the way it's not supposed to grow, which really depends where at your limb is growing to tell you what exact direction. But typically, if you get a limb going just straight when it's supposed to be growing outwards and it goes upwards, that's a sign that maybe that limb got to go. You want to find those limbs that are you want limbs to grow in a U shape when there's a lateral, meaning when a branch branches out, you want those two branches, you want them to grow in a U shape, not in a V shape, because if you see that they're growing in a V shape, they're eventually gonna grow up against each other and choke each other out and cause danger in the future. But there you go. I just wanted to take you along with me. It was good to see you. Goodbye. And cut this dead limb I'm gonna cut it right here where they divide. Here it goes. Went ahead and got this limb off. Oh, that's a long one. Someday.